Old Cahaba Archaeological Park. Authentic history cloaked in mystery. Ooh, whoever came up with that was a genius. Most likely. Look here. Ooh. Okay, here we are at Cahaba. And I'm going to shoot some of these signs real quick so you can see it's really about Native Prairie and Native Americans. Well, let's have a look. Cahaba's changing landscape. Okay, let's give you a little history of the place since we're standing here. In 1818, Alabama's first governor carved the capital city of Cahaba out of the wilderness. Check that out. In 1818, Alabama's first governor carved the capital city of Cahaba. This was the capital city of Alabama, y'all. In less than 50 years, Cahaba grew from a frontier capital full of log cabins to one of America's wealthiest communities with some of the finest mansions in the state. Then abruptly after the Civil War, it was abandoned. Today, Cahaba is a ghost town. I know it's kind of hard to see these boards with the sun, but you can look this stuff up on the internet.
Well, you ruined the Indian mound for your railroad embankment.
Right. More Indian mounds have been bulldozed. Some in very recent times. We're going into the information center. This could be good, y'all. This could be really good. I don't know what all kinds of ruins are here. I've looked it up on maps, and it hasn't appeared to be a lot here. But then I've never been on the ground, so let's see what it looks like. And yes, Carolina used to have a parakeet, or Alabama used to have the Carolina parakeet, something like that. Ivory-billed woodpecker. That church is amazing. Unable to film inside because the lady didn't want to be on camera, as some people don't. But this church over here, that church was moved down the road about 25 miles to somewhere else. And it was moved back about a decade ago. And it was so well marked, the pieces of the church were so well marked from the 1800s that you were able to use the original marks on the pieces of the church to reassemble it back here again. And it's still under restoration. Something very interesting about Cahaba. There's nature trails. You can see over there. It goes back to the woods. Probably see some stuff back there. On the internet, I mapped it, and it's just a loop, and it wasn't much to it. I found out in there that it is an entire city out here in the woods, but most of the roads have been reclaimed by nature. Most of the houses are gone because, well, if you want to see what Cahaba looked like she said, go to Selma, because most of the buildings were torn down and the bricks used to build the buildings in Selma. So that's an interesting tidbit.
You want to walk on the nature trail?
Sure, let's walk back there. You can see what's on this nature trail. Might be some ruins back here. Most of what is here is underground. There's very few things that are still above ground that you can see. But if I was making a park out of an old ghost town and I wanted to make a nature trail, I would make the nature trail passing pieces of ruins. But that's just me. Let's see if there's any back here.
This nature trail is historically significant because the wooded area along Clear Creek still contains the precious resources that sustained the old Cahabians.
Ooh.
Anna Gale Fry, a resident of the town during the Civil War, has her actual words printed in this brochure. And then you have to go to the numbered
Gotcha.
thing.
The lady inside said that the place was full of interpretive boards. So there's lots of historical markers back here to read.
Not this part, this is the nature trail.
Right.
This might not be the part that you're most interested in.
Well, it's always nice to shoot some nature trails. Pretty back here. The nature trails also are good because they have a sidewalk. So you're not like tripping over stumps and stuff. The nature trail has a canoe launch and it's got this is pretty cool on this nature trail.
There's palm.
Ooh.
That's on here. Palmetto. The straw of the pine, oats, and wheat was used for hats, also corn shucks, and the swamp palmetto. The palmetto was boiled and bleached, then cut into fine strips and braided. These braids were then sewn together and pressed into any desired shape.
That would be this. The people of this area during the war and being cut off had to make do and survive, and they knew Native American traditions, and they use them. The palmetto, which Stacey just talked about, is just one thing on the list of. There's a little walking tour here, and it tells you how they survived and what they
quoted
did.
from a lady's diary. That wasn't me talking. That was Anna Gale Fry, a resident of the town during the Civil War. So her actual words from her diary are printed on this brochure, and there's numbered stops on the nature trail. So you just get to the stop and you read and you look around for whatever it's talking about.
We never did find the prickly pear.
We did not.
But it's neat. There's a canoe launch back there, and there's this wonderful little walking trail. I showed you the water where it overlooks.
It's really shady because it's like 100 degrees today.
Yeah.
But when we get out of here, we'll start crawling around the town.
One thing real quick, the Confederate gray This is near and dear to the hearts of all Confederates. Was made from the boiling of sweet gum and what?
Pine.
Pine and sweet gum, which made the dye for the gray. It's pretty interesting. I did not know that. And coming back out of the woods, you see the church. They're still in need of funding to complete restoration of this thing for their windows and some interior stuff. So if you want to donate, so pretty out here.